Вы сказали, что нам предстоит очень важное десятилетие.
Честно говоря, вот сейчас я просто вот о чем.
To be honest, here's what I'm thinking about. Frankly speaking, the only real serious guarantor of Ukrainian statehood, sovereignty and territorial integrity would be Russia, which created today's Ukraine.
Могла бы быть только Россия, которая и создала сегодняшнюю Украину. Цель сегодняшней возни вокруг ядерных угроз.
The purpose of today's fuss around nuclear threats and other possible use of nuclear weapon is very primitive. And I can hardly be mistaken if I say what it is. I have already said that this dictate of Western countries, their attempt to put pressure on all participants in international communication, including neutral and friendly countries, ends in nothing. And they are looking for additional arguments in order to convince our friends and neutral states that we all need to stand together against Russia.
Премьер-министр Великобритании. Она же прямо сказала.
The Prime Minister of Great Britain, Liz Truss, said bluntly in a conversation with a member of the press, yes, the UK is a nuclear state. It is the duty of the Prime Minister to be able to use nuclear weapon, and I will do it. It's not verbatim, but close to the text. I am ready for this, and how? And nobody reacted at all. Well, let's say she's blurted out there. The girl is a little out of her mind. How can you say such things in public? They could correct her. Washington could publicly say, we have nothing to do with this. There is a constant talk about what we are doing at Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, what we were doing there. They sometimes say so directly, they constantly hint that we are shelling the nuclear Zaporizhzhia power plant. Well, they are completely crazy. We control this nuclear power plant. Our troops are there. It was not by chance that we published the data of the special services about the fact that they are preparing some kind of incident with some kind of dirty bomb. It is easy to do. We even know where it's done. The rest of the nuclear fuel was slightly transformed. The technologies available in Ukraine make it possible to do this. They loaded it to Tochka-U missile system or somewhere else, blew up this device there. They said that Russia has done it, launched a nuclear strike. We see no need to do that. There is no point in that, neither political nor military. But no, they do that. And it was I who instructed Shoigu to call all his colleagues and inform about it. The only country in the world that used nuclear weapon against a non-nuclear state is United States of America. They did this twice with respect to Japan. For what purpose? There was no military expediency at all. Zero. Confidence in its own infallibility is a very dangerous condition. This is one step closer to a desire of infallible people themselves to destroy those whom they don't like. According to the West, whatever comes from Russia, everything is a machination of Kremlin. Look at yourself. Are we really so all-powerful? Any criticism of our opponents is perceived as machining of the Kremlin, the hand of the Kremlin. It does not make sense. Is that what we have descended to? Use your head. Say something more interesting. Express your views more conceptually. You can't blame everything on the Kremlin.
Нельзя же все сваливать на козни Кремля. Если западные элиты полагают, что
if the Western elites think that they can put strange, newfangled, in my opinion, trends like 10 genders and gay prides in the consciousness of their people, their societies, so be it. Let them do whatever they want. But what they can't do is to ask others to follow the same direction. I will say frankly, under the current conditions of a severe conflict, Russia, as an independent, unique civilization, has never considered and does not consider itself as the enemy of the West. Americanophobia, Anglophobia, Francophobia, Germanophobia are all the same forms of the racism as Russophobia and anti-Semitism. We tried to build relations with the leading countries of the West and with NATO. We had one message: let's stop being enemies. Let's live together. Let's have a dialogue, build confidence and therefore peace. We were absolutely sincere. I want to stress it. We clearly understood the whole complexity of such a rapprochement, but we went for it. And what did we receive in response? We got a no from NATO in all potential areas of cooperation.
По всем практически основным направлениям возможного сотрудничества нет. Прежде всего, это исчезновение. Теперь этот исторический период.
Now the historical period of undivided dominance of the West in world affairs is coming to an end. The unipolar world is becoming a thing of the past. We are at a historical turning point. Ahead there is probably the most dangerous, unpredictable and at the same time important decade since the end of World War II. The West is not able to single-handedly manage humanity, but is desperately trying to do so, and the majority of the nations no longer want to tolerate it. My mother did not even have a secondary education. She was just a worker. She worked as a nanny in a hospital, as a janitor, and as a night watchman, and whatever. She did not want to leave me as a child in a kindergarten, in a nursery. Therefore, of course, I have always felt very subtly, thank God. I used to feel until recently, and I hope I will. I very subtly feel the pulse of an ordinary person's life. There are costs, and above all, it concerns with the losses associated with the special military operation. I think about it all time. And there are economic losses, but there are also huge gains. And what is happening? Without any doubt, ultimately, I want to emphasize this, ultimately benefits Russia and its future. Why was it necessary to carry out a bloody, anti-state, anti-constitutional coup under these conditions? There is no answer. Well, maybe one to show who's the boss in the house. Everyone should sit on one's ass and keep mum, as we say it. Well, there's no other way I can explain these actions. They conducted a coup d'etat. People did not want to recognize this, neither in Crimea nor in Donbass. And everything went. And everything came to today's tragic events. It turned out that Russia's businesses are quite mature and easily take over all kinds of activities, enterprises left by partners who decided to quit Russia. Our businesses take over and lead enterprises that were believed to go out of existence without the Western presence until recently. Businesses take over easily, practically in all areas.
Еще совсем недавно, казалось, не могут существовать без западного присутствия. Легко, практически по всем направлениям. Да, мы поддерживаем.
When working, I never think of some historical achievement. I just proceed from what I need to do and what is essentially to be done.
Нужно делать и без чего невозможно обойтись.
There is monopoly in mass media to promote necessary information and remove everything that bothers them, the Western countries. It exists, but everyone keeps quiet. Therefore, of course, we need to create a common area in every sense, from Lisbon to Vladivostok. But it can be made only with those who have the right to speak. I thank the Indonesian government and the President for an invitation to the G20 summit. We will think how we will organize it. Russia will be represented at a high level. It is absolutely clear. Probably I will go as well. I will think about it.